What's up, Course Wizards? Welcome to yet another episode. I'm your host, Amit, with my co host, Christopher Maselli. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Alvin, I'm doing great. How are you doing? You got your wall all lit up like you're in the middle of a laser fight or something there.
I was going for the Christmas colors.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Very good. It's not Christmas yet. You're a little early on that. That's
I'm
next week. Next week,
starting
we're
early.
talking about our holiday deals that we're looking
Yes.
for, but not
y-
today. What are we talking about today, Amit?
Today, we are talking about building your Avenger team. And right before recording, I think few hours before, I sent Chris, I texted you the screenshot. I'm like, how about we talk about this? I came across this through on my Facebook feed that Russel Brunson had mentioned on his Facebook account that the biggest thing that he took away, and for those who are not watching us on YouTube, we're showing this on our screen, but the biggest takeaway from for Russell from going 0 to 100 million was give up control and build your Avenger team ahead of time.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway from going from 0 to 100 million: give up control and build your Avenger team ahead of time. Wow. When I read that quote, when you sent that to me, I thought, man, you're right. We got to talk about this because, okay, we all want to grow, right? Whether it's from 0 to 100 million or 0 to 100,
Yep.
we want to grow. But to grow, these two components are super important. We need to give up control and we need to build our Avenger team. And I love that he added the words ahead of time. In other words, don't go it on your own and then eventually get your Avenger team. Start with the Avenger team.
Well,
And
I
yeah,
feel like it's like the horse and the carriage. And you and I are both guilty of this, Chris, where we could have built our team a long time ago.
yeah.
We have talked about it. We have talked about how to hire a VA, but
And we both hired VAs.
we have both hired VAs, but we have hired onesie, twosie. We haven't really built our team.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to unpack here on what we should start thinking about because I think you said you just hired a second one. Is that
I
correct?
did. I've just hired a second VA, so now I've got 2 full-time VAs working for me, and I'm still hiring people to do piecemeal jobs on
Okay.
top of that.
And when did you hire this new VA?
The new VA I just hired last week. This is a business manager, so this is someone that helps me get things in order, hire other VAs, and that sort of thing. I found myself just spending way too much time trying to just figure out what I'm doing, right? And I got too much going on. So
Right.
I thought I need to have someone help me organize this.
So tell us like a little bit more. How did you find this person, right? Because we should also give our listeners some tactical advice.
Yes.
So how did you find this person? What is their roles and responsibilities? And we can put a link in the show notes on that job description maybe that you must have posted so they can kind of just swipe it.
It would seem so, but okay, so I have 2 VAs. The one does all my social media work, the other one is this business manager. So the social media work one is one that I found on Fiverr. I hired about 5 people to create posts for me on Pinterest, and because Pinterest is really where I wanted to grow at the time, and I tested each one out. And then the one I liked the most, I went off of Fiverr, found her on her own, and hired her outside of Fiverr. It's against the rules terms of service with Fiverr to hire someone outside to do the exact same thing. So I made sure that I was hiring her for something else completely, right? Not just doing some targeted Pinterest ads, but I wanted her to do create ads. I wanted her to do keyword research. I wanted her to do other social media sites and work with SocialBee, which is my favorite social media scheduler. So since it was outside of what she had advertised on Fiverr, I felt okay about doing that, and I hired her from there. But that's how I found her. I found her on Fiverr. Now, this business manager that I hired, I know someone who is teaching VAs how to be business managers. And so I contacted her and I said, tell me who you got. Who's someone you recently trained that's looking for work, that's hungry for work, and I'd like to try one of them out for you. So
Yeah.
she handed me the name. The one who has the training is Melissa Monday. That's a Monday with a U. So you can look her up, and it's Melissa with a Y. So Melissa Monday, Y and a U, and she trains VAs to be business managers. So she gave me the name of someone, and I called her up and said, "Hey, you interested in doing this?" We actually online did the online Zoom thing, and she's ended up, I think she's going to be great. We've connected with each other through Gmail, so she has access to my emails. She's able to go through all those for me. I was able to delegate her access so that she can email people that I need to email and take care of that, as well as help me with my calendar. She has full rule over my calendar, so I'm interested to see how it goes. But yeah,
So
so
you
one,
have given her access to your email.
yeah.
How, through LastPass, or how did you do that?
No, so this is pretty cool. So Gmail has a delegation option that most people do not even know about, but you can actually go into your settings on Gmail and you can choose to delegate access to another Gmail user. And when you
Interesting.
do it, there's no sharing of passwords. It's just you give them access and they can look at your email, they can delete your email, they can respond to email. And when they respond, it'll say that this person, her name's Amanda, is who I hired. So it'll say, this is coming from Amanda on behalf of Christopher Maselli. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
an
cool.
automatic delegation. It works out really nice. And so people realize it's not me that's writing them, it's my assistant, but it gives her enough control to work through it. And what I did is because I'm using my personal writingmomentum.com email, Gmail also allows you to connect your ISP's email
Yeah,
directly to Gmail. So I'm doing that. So essentially she's able to respond to my writingmomentum.com emails through a Gmail
yeah.
through a delegated account. Make sense?
That, yeah, that makes total sense. Yep. I
Pretty
have
cool, huh?
my business email connected to my Gmail too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there was some
very
like
handy.
TP steps or something.
Yes,
So tell
yes.
us, how much are you paying? How many hours is she working? And the biggest thing, how much was it a mental shift once you got her in your
We're still working things out as far as the mental shift portion. It's been nice so far. She has started time blocking my time. So she'll see what projects I have and she'll say, okay, I know that you've got this project coming out. You're telling me this is going to take an hour. I'm going to time block time on Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. that I see is open. I want you to do this then. And there's something about that accountability that keeps you connected. I'm paying her about $20 an hour for her services, and that's for everything she does. I'm planning to use her a couple hours a week at this point. And
yeah.
that'll allow her to do everything. So it's not real expensive when you figure, okay, the
Yeah.
value of what she's given me for the whole week. So yeah, I'm real pleased with it right now. I'm eager to see how she does with things like hiring other virtual assistants to do things like video editing because I don't know that she's done a lot of video editing. So I'm interested to see if she's able to ask for the right things and get the right kind of people that I want for it. But we'll
Yep.
see. And I'm willing to train her and she's willing to learn. So I think it'll be good.
Okay. And from a mental shift, what I mean is like just the mentally, just the burden lifting off that, oh my God, I don't have to do this anymore. Was that something you experienced?
I haven't entirely yet because we're still in this transition phase
Okay.
where
You're
she's
ramping
getting
her up.
into my stuff. But it has helped already to not feel like I have to do everything at once. It's nice to have someone tell you, just work on this and this, and we'll get everything in due time because it's very easy for us to take everything upon ourselves, which is why we have this control problem, right? From this
Yes.
quote, right? It's hard to give up control. And we do. We tend to think, gee, I can edit videos and I'm good at it. And so I should probably just do it, even though really anyone could do it. But I tend to think, oh, I should do this because it's, you know,
I mean,
something
if you,
that I could do and I have more control over it.
yeah,
But we all do that. I mean, don't you feel like you do that too? You're doing way too much stuff that you really should be giving to someone else?
absolutely. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or day before, my son and I were watching TV and the Avengers was on and it was, maybe it was Infinity War, the one where Loki opens up the portal and mayhem just spews down into the city. So
It's the first Avengers, I think. Yeah.
what you realize is when one of those big dragon ship comes in, if
Yeah.
Hulk wasn't there, i- Tony Stark, like Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, none of them could have taken that big monster down if Hulk wasn't there.
Yeah.
So you have to realize what those monsters are that you're facing and how you want to tackle it. And I had a strategy call this morning, which I give, like I sell as a service. And the woman I was talking to, she is a nurse by daytime and she sells her NLP courses or whatnot.
Mhm.
and she does the content, she does the newsletter pages, and we were trying to talk about her content strategy. And somehow this quote showed up today after I had talked with her, but this was the exact advice that I gave her that, Brooke, you're doing too much. First thing you need to do is you need to hire at least one person, and you
Yeah.
need to back up and give up some of that stuff. You don't need to know how to edit a sales page in Newsender. You should not need to. You need, it's good to know it, but you shouldn't be the one doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when I first started Newsender in May 2019, I was doing everything myself because I wanted to be the Newsender go-to guy. So I put in those hours to learn, which made sense for me to do because that has brought me business. But then once it got maybe like a year in, I'm like, okay, I can't be building pages like crazy. So that's when I decided to hire a VA through Fiverr. We have a bunch of episodes you can link on how to hire virtual assistants, taught him New Zenler. And people have to realize that these are just tools. And just like we learned it, there are younger, faster people than us who are more capable of learning these things faster than us. But we are the ones who are the roadblock. Now, one thing you mentioned, Chris, is with Amanda, you said you're not there yet because you're still transitioning. And I think
Mhm.
that's a key point for any one of us is we sometimes tend to say that virtual assistant didn't work out, but almost 50 to 75% onus is on us.
Yeah.
We need to train them and set them up for success. They can't do what we have hired them to do till we show them how. So that was one of my points is having a SOP like Google Doc or something, right? All your standard operating procedures as you go through your day. For those listening and want to do this, first step is for the next 2, 3 weeks, record everything you're doing, make Loom videos. So you
Mhm.
have that bank of knowledge ready. So when you do get someone like a business manager or virtual assistant, you can literally just hand them that and say, okay, go through all this and then let me know if you have any question.
Yeah, this is especially important, I think, when you're working with people from other countries too, because when we work, sometimes when we hire just one-off jobs and we're working with someone from another country, you want them to get it right the first time, and it really helps to have your procedures down. But even if you're hiring someone for long term, I have a friend of mine who's hired someone from the Philippines long term, and she has put so much time into training that now they're at this point where even though he didn't know as much when he started, she has trained him so well that now she wouldn't ever want to lose him as a VA and he wouldn't want to lose her as a client
Yeah.
because they know each other's workflow so well. So you really do need to have those procedures. Now, do you do that? What do you use a certain program? I've seen that you've put a lot of your VAs that you've hired in like Notion and a spreadsheet. Do you put your training in there too? What do you do?
Yeah, I need to start practicing what I preach.
Yeah.
I typically just send them Loom videos, but I
Uh-huh.
don't have a library. And I put this on our screen for those of you who are on YouTube that hire for the personality. Skills are teachable, right?
Yes.
They might know one, like I know Salesforce, but now that I know Salesforce as a CRM and I understand what that base layer of how object and relationships work, I
Yep.
can do that in Notion. I can do that in Asana. I can do that anywhere. I know one video editing software, Filmora.
Yep.
Almost all of them are based on that same concept of a timeline. So I downloaded CapCut on my phone. I'm like, oh, this is exact timeline that I have in Filmora. And it took me
Right.
15 minutes to learn CapCut, which is what everyone uses for TikTok. So it, the skills are transferable, but the personality obviously is need to jive. So that's what I usually look for. But it depends on what you're hiring for, right? Like for example, I'm going through a process right now of hiring. I think I have hired what I was showing you my Notion board before we
Yeah.
started, 6 or 7 bloggers, and I've given them each a topic to write. And we will do a case study. Maybe I'll reveal the niche. Maybe I won't if it's too competitive. But of those 7 people, I don't really care that much about personality. I'm going to judge them based on the content they produce in the blog.
Mhm.
And so I'm doing that right now through Upwork. And that was one of the examples I wanted to share of building your Avenger team. I want to build a blog professionally, and I want to build a blog that's going to generate income instead of just having a hobby blog. I've
Yep.
started with a net new domain name. The domain has zero authority. There is a zero blog post on there. So once I have 10, which I'm getting close to, I'll just publish all 10 and then I'll hire 2 to 3 people full time that I'll just keep paying them. It's going to
Mhm.
obviously cost me money up front, but the hope is that down the line, it's going to generate income and I'll be able to offset that cost.
Yeah, that's good, that's good. You're always looking
Yeah.
for the angle on it, you're looking for that angle, but it's
Yes.
good. You're essentially saying, "Okay, I'm gonna spend a little bit of money today on this, but hopefully in the future that will make money because" and it's nothing that you're spending much time with, right?
Yes.
Because all the time is on their shoulders.
There is some time, right? Like with you and Amanda, right? Time is me to first post the job on Upwork, then shortlist the freelancers who I want to test out, then give them the topic to write along with the keywords. But then I don't have to do the writing piece.
Yeah,
Like before this, I was doing the research, I was getting the keywords, and I was writing the articles myself. I was publishing them myself. So now I have my one long time OG VA, right? Who
right.
does, who wears multiple hats. In his full time job, he's a database guy. He understands databases and he's a kind of like an analytics kind of guy. So he's super sharp,
Yeah.
probably smarter than I am. But that's why you want to hire these people who are smarter than you. So you can do the things that you are good at and not have to worry about, do I need to keep this element on this page here or should I
Mhm.
move it here? Come on. It's such a
Yeah.
waste of our time.
That's
So,
the giving up control portion though,
yes.
because even when we hire people that maybe aren't as smart as we are in the subject that we're talking about, we still need to make allowance for the fact that, you know what, it's good enough or what they're doing is they're able enough to go ahead and do it. And I'm just going to let control of that give up so that I can get that time back to do what's important to me, that the
Yep.
thing that only I can do.
Yeah. And to your point, you have hired this person for $20 per
Hmm.
hour.
Yeah.
What would be your cost if you were to do that yourself? I bet you charge your clients more than $20 an hour. So you're doing arbitrage where you are multiplying your time instead of
Hmm.
dividing your time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a real good way to do it. Is ask yourself, how much is your time worth? If you're able to do your online training and get clients and start doing one-on-one consulting with people for $75 an hour, $150 an hour, that's not unusual. And if you're able to make that much, but you're spending the time editing your videos that you could hire someone else for 15 or $20 an hour, you're wasting money if you don't hire those people.
Yep. And I'll end at this note, a story that I started to tell you. No, 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 don't tell me the story. Let's actually record it, right? I'm in a Facebook group. We have talked about this ad nauseum now. I should start charging this guy like branding fee, right? Just for spreading his word. But it's the YouTube Facebook group that I'm in, battalion members, and reached out to this guy, Jim, who has a YouTube channel. I don't know when he started, but he has two YouTube channels, a golf channel and a baseball channel. And it's a faceless channel, which means there's voiceover happening, but there's no face. Like usually my YouTube videos are me doing a software tutorial, so I am showing my face on camera. He's not. And his golf channel is literally curation of, let's say he'll say Tiger Woods top 20 worst moments, right? And he's going to show tiny clips of Tiger Woods, like 5 to 6 seconds, then put in some stock video clips, then maybe show an image. And this entire time, the voiceover guy is talking. Now, the voiceover guy has a script that's been written by a script writer, and the entire video is packaged by a video editor. So, this guy has six of those, three for each channel, three for the golf channel, three for the baseball channel. Uh, his golf channel, I know what it is. And it's called Golf Plus, and it is at 8,000 subscribers. And if we go on the low end, let's say $7 to $10 per thousand views, one of his videos, Chris, has 800,000 views, which is about $7,000 if you go with $8 or $9 per thousand views RPM, which is crazy. And guess how much he spends per video, Chris?
Uh,
$120 per video.
oh, wow.
So
$120 per video, and that's with 6 video editors plus for screenwriters and that sort of thing.
team of 6,
120 per video.
120 per
So
video.
yeah,
And if you were to take that one video, let's say you made 100 videos, right? If you make 100 videos and you're not breaking it in on YouTube, your videos really suck. But 100 videos at $120 a video is $12,000. That
yeah.
one video has paid for half of that, has paid for
Wow.
50 videos. So
That's
that's the
good stuff.
mind share. That's the mindset that
Yeah.
all need to adopt is not how much money we are spending hiring someone, but what are we getting in return? And we do it in our daily lives, right? We all have day jobs. Those
Yep.
day jobs are hiring us. They can't do it all themselves. Like Zuckerberg cannot run Facebook alone.
Somehow it's harder with us as entrepreneurs. We still feel like we have to do it. Like we're the authority on it. But yeah, we need to be able to give up control, build our Avenger team.
So now let's end with comparing how many people you have right now and how many do you plan to get to by Q1 of 2023?
I haven't thought about that enough yet, but I'll tell you this. I have a social media person. I've got a business manager. I need a video editor. I need a podcast editor. I need really like to have a website person just to take care of my website builds and pages and maybe even something like a Thrive Cart person. And so we're looking at maybe
Okay. And
four minimum.
how much would that free up you to do what you really love to do?
Good question. I'm not sure. I don't know how much time I'm wasting doing all this stuff on my own. I would say it would probably free up a couple days a week for
Wow,
minimum.
that's huge.
Yeah,
That's
that's huge.
even if you charge $100 an hour,
That's
that's
40% of my work
$1,600.
week. That's
Yeah.
40% of my work week, right?
Yeah. If you charge $100 an hour, you got 16 hours back in your life. That's
Yeah.
$1,600 a week.
Yeah. How about you?
So I have two VAs right now, part time. I don't have structure around what I give them. As things come to me, I throw it at them.
Yeah.
I would like to have more structure in 2023. And so I have two VAs and a video editor. The video editor for my YouTube channel charges me $50 per video. The VAs are all project based. So one project could cost me $60, one could be $10, one could be $5.
Yeah.
And then I hope to have two full-time bloggers that would cost me about 3 cents per word. If you write 1,000 word article, that's $30 right there. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, about a team of 5. That sounds
Awesome.
crazy to say it out loud. I
No,
never
but
thought of it that way.
I think we can do it. All right. Team of 5. I got about a team of 6 is what I just said, 5 or 6, and we'll see how we're doing. We'll check back in on our VA woes in about 8 weeks.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good, man. For those of you who tuned in, thank you for listening. We have no recap this time. This was one of those golden nuggets everywhere, so we can't recap all that awesomeness. But as usual, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, share this with your friends, with your family members. Tell them all to go get VAs, and we will catch you on the flip side. Keep creating.
Bye-bye.